right, so we're with Martine. We all know Martine.
How's it going, guys?
You said you had 4 things here at the booth that you
Yeah.
wanted to run through.
We are focusing on our newest, most amazing products that we have out here. You know, after 55 years of grip, it's important to focus on the new stuff.
Right.
You know, so we have in the booth our #1 most exciting thing that we have been working on for the past couple years. It is the Middle Max. We have the Max Menace
I
Arm.
love your guys' naming conventions for most.
It's the hardest part of the product is naming it.
Yeah.
But the Middle Max is really, really great. We have the Big Max and we have the Mini Max. The Big Max has a soaring height of 6 foot 6 inches, and the Mini Max is small and awesome, but it only has a 20-pound weight capacity.
Right.
So there's a lot of room in between there that needed addressing. And the most important thing about this Middle Max is that it fits in a van. Everybody loves Big Max, but unfortunately with the 6 foot 6 inch height in a van, it needs to lay down, and that takes up all your floor space, and it just doesn't make sense. Turns into a specialty item.
Right.
This Max can travel in your van upright. It's made to go out 12 feet, and it has an 80-pound capacity.
Awesome.
It can
So
go-
what kind of, as an example, like what kind of lights hit that like 80, under that 80 pounds? So obviously sky panels,
Sky panels, the
vortexes,
M90 is
M90.
M90 is a larger unit that's going to be able to handle, you know, like the Felix Q10, you know, which is a big beefy light. It can mount on here.
What's that new aperture, that giant one?
That's what we had. We've had that mounted on here.
Okay, cool.
But it can handle a whole lot of weight, and that's at full extension. So if you pull it back a few feet, it will handle a whole lot more weight. You can hang 150 pounds off of it if it's all the way sucked in. So this is really, really great. We've added a hand truck style handle so it can be kicked back, rolled around, pulled upstairs. It has this handle so it can be maneuvered around, especially once it's extended. We have it up top here on the top of the van.
Oh, I was about to describe how it goes. It's a cantilever thing, but there you go. It's up
Yeah,
there.
so the coolest thing about Max is that you can get all the way out with no footprint out the back.
Right.
With a standard Menace Arm, the further you go out forward, the further you need to kind of cantilever backwards to be able to put weight or ratchet strap it down.
Right.
So by the time you get all the way out where you want your lighting unit or
Gotta
your
rob
grip
a gym.
modifier, yeah, exactly. At that point, you are pushing your stand further into the room.
Right.
This guy goes right up against the wall and gets you to your maximum extension. 18 feet straight up, 12 feet out, 6 feet below grade.
Oh,
Which is really cool. So you can put it on a balcony and shoot back
That's
into a hotel room, into wherever,
Right.
a walkway. So it's a really, really great item that people have been begging for us to work on, and we finally worked it all out. The base is extremely stable. We have these awesome tires. They're foam, run flat, you know, because they're no air involved here. They come from our crank-evators, so that's a wheel set and fork that has been tried for the past 30 years and is really, really awesome.
Yep.
And yeah, it checks all the boxes.
awesome. That's sick. Not that I've been asking for it, but I have been, because I couldn't necessarily use one. I would use.
Sure.
I don't have a need for it
Yeah.
in my daily work. But every once in a while, I go to Film Tools and I'm like, I kind of want to buy one of those. For,
Yeah.
you know. But so it's nice. It comes in a moderate version.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. It's really
So
cool.
what else we got? You said
So we also have
One.
telescoping grid pipe. So normally when I'm on a grip truck, I have something called a pipe organ. It is a flag box kind of
Yeah.
that has every size in 6-inch increments of pipe, speed rail. So I have 1 foot, 1.5 foot, 2 foot, 2.5 foot, 3 foot, 3.5 foot. And when I don't have the right size, I have to cut pipe. And that means I'm taking my equipment and I'm cutting it.
Right.
And I don't think that anything made out of metal should be an expendable.
Sure.
Especially we are a manufacturer who deals with a lot of metal, and every day the prices go up on this stuff.
Right.
And when you're investing in all this speed rail, you shouldn't be cutting it down. So this awesome telescoping grid pipe, we have 2 versions. This guy is the larger of the 2. This one goes from 41 inches right there all the way up to 6 feet.
That's sick.
And then you can tie it down with these grubs right here, so you get to whatever size you want. And just like that, you're locked off.
What's on the other side of? Is it like rubber or just metal on metal or
Metal.
metal?
So this is bar stock, so this isn't hollow. This is solid bar stock. This is a junior receiver, so you can use it as a candlestick and be able to mount your lighting units directly on there.
They're like showing Lord of the Rings movies next to us.
It's pretty wild, yeah.
Oh, generative AI, wonderful.
And then the other end back here has a disc right there, which is our hard stop. So once I get all the way out there, you have a hard stop for safety. And then on this end, these two grubs right here, one of them goes through this steel or this aluminum bar stock. So it's terminated here, terminated there. So you have strong enough connection right there to be able to flip it upside down, use it as a hanger. You know, you can use it as a speed seed down here. You can use it as a pipe spreader.
Ooh,
which is pretty good.
That's good.
It's good. It's good. And that way you're not cutting for every hallway that you're in.
Or 2x4, you know, have to do one of those.
And then here is the smaller version that goes from 27 inches to 42 inches. So there's a 1 inch overlap in these guys. So you can go from 27 inches all the way to 72 inches. They're really wonderful. We also have this cool new adapter, which is a junior to junior. So you can pop this in there, pop the other one in there, and you can couple two of them together.
Yeah. And what is, if you know, like the weight rating?
We treat it like speed rail. So whatever you would rig with speed rail, feel more than confident that you can rig.
So I don't mean this way. I mean, like if I were to put a light in there, is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a candlestick. Once you lock these grubs down, they're really solid. Just like any grub that you would be locking down with your Hollander fittings, because this is 1.25 inches. We also have 1.5 inches, and that's made to fit with all of our standard ears, hardware, corners. So you want to build up a 6x, 8x, 12x, you can do that with these guys.
Sick.
And then Hollander fittings fit on there, grid clamps fit on there. I don't suggest pipe clamps because they just destroy whatever you crank them into. Just like with truss, you don't want to use those types of fittings because they damage your equipment.
Sure. That's cooler than that, unfortunately.
Whoa, you take it easy. You take it easy. It depends on what you're doing. There's a tool for everything.
Yeah.
This is the grip rail. It's the right size every time. Come on. That's not easy to come up with, guys. That's hard work.
That's why they pay you the medium bucks.
The medium bucks. No, we have a great team behind this, and it's been really fun developing this guy. And then we have the light mover, which is right over here.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people around it right now, but if
we'll get B-roll.
Yeah. So the light mover is a really awesome system. It's a component-based system, so it can build around all the leading units that are on the market right now, so that you can tilt, pan, flood, and spot your units. But we also have it up on our mirror board up there because we have adapters.
Oh, hell.
So we have adapters so you can tilt and pan. Once you get something up on top of this air climber, you better be able to adjust it.
Well, that's actually so smart because that's like the main thing that we all loved about like CRMX or whatever is you just put the thing up there and then you iPad it.
Yeah.
But
And this has a hardwire connector. It's also WDMX, DMX controllable. It has RDM radio receiver in there. So it works totally wireless. This one has a blue-shaped battery on it. So it's battery powered, no cables necessary. Totally, he's operating it with a gaffer control box right now. Erno, this is the creator. And it's amazing. We have all the different units that it functions with online.
Yeah, what I was going to say was that's the other thing you guys do that I love so much is like you find the smartest people making the coolest shit and you just bring them in and go like, let's get this out to the world.
It's been the way that Matthews has done it forever. We work within the industry with people who are extremely intelligent, who get their hands dirty, who are looking for solutions, because if they need a solution, it means that everybody needs that solution. Right. And those partnerships are way more than a single product. It's about growing a brand, growing a creator, an innovator, and being extremely transparent with one another. It's a way we continue these amazing relationships. Like Richard Mall, who designed 20 years ago, he designed the original Max Menace arm, won the Technical Achievement Academy Award with it, and since then there's a handful of other products that we've worked with them because we have a great relationship with them, and we take care of each other because it's all about working from within the industry. Otherwise, you just have to copy all of Matthew's stuff, and that's the only way you can get ahead in the game.
Well, because like last year, what was it? The pipe fit baby pin thingy. Remember that? What is it? The ratchet strap pin.
Yes, the location baby bracket.
Yeah.
LB2.
I for this comedy show I produce called High Note Comedy, LA. We have one permanently affixed in this brewery because that's what I put my light on to light the comedian.
Sure. And that was working with a gentleman out of Canada. He came to us with a little block of wood with 5/8 all thread bolted through it, and he just routed a couple slots out of it to be able to put a strap through it. And we're like, this is so smart.
Yeah.
So we worked with it and worked on it and figured out this is kind of a baby plate, and we just need to be able to make it so that it can fit into our line of products and be affordable.
Yeah.
You know, because
it's like what, $30 something?
Yeah, it's really not that expensive.
So that's cooler than that. Anyway, we're moving on. What's the fourth thing?
Air climber.
Air climber. Let's
it's
do
right
it.
Here. The air climber
that's
is amazing.
the thing.
That's the big guy right here. So this is the air climber. If we want to walk around, I can control it for you guys. This is the Matthews air climber. It is the world's tallest lighting stand. It gets up to 25 feet, and it is no cables, no gearing. It is pneumatic. So this cordless battery-powered compressor just pushes air.
Comes with it, or
no? You can use any compressor, and we don't want to.
I just saw you put the sticker on it, so I wasn't sure.
No, that's just so we know it comes back home when we blend this thing out. But yeah, so we have this controller right here. The air goes into the controller, and then we can loosen this up. I'll show you. I'll bring it down a little so I can show you it go up. This is just the air from the column is coming out and being released through the top of the handset. As soon as it starts coming down, I can slow it down here. I can trim it like that, or I can just let it come all the way down. Once it gets down to this section, I'm going to stop pulling the air out just like that. I'm going to lock this off, and then I can loosen the next section and continue to come down.
Wow.
So this goes up in sections up to 25 feet. It has a 200-pound payload capacity, and if you overload it, it just will start purging air and will only allow the load to go as high as is safe.
Sure.
So we have a little purge right here, it just releases right there. It's very simple. It's like the thing that we're all about is reliability and simplicity.
Yeah.
Even our crank stands with gearing have 2 moving parts in them. That's it.
Right.
You know, which is less maintenance, more reliability, and that's what we're all about. Nothing is proprietary. These are hitch pins from a trailer supply store.
Yeah.
So if you are in Botswana, you need to find another hitch pin, you'll probably be able to get your hands on one. We're not about, guarding that stuff and saying, no, you need to buy our bolts. Right. You need to buy our,
we made it at a 1/4 inch thicker to piss you off.
To piss you off and to be able to cash in on your problems.
Right.
That's not the way to go. Really cool feature is that the entire mast pans.
Oh, wow.
So you can mast pan all the way around if you don't have the light mover. And then once you want to go back up, you just loosen this guy and then just push up. And as soon as it backfills, it'll just start to rise.
Yeah.
Just like that. Really reliable, really silent. This is the quietest compressor I've ever. It's not running yet.
I was going to say.
But, there it is. And we're still having a conversation over it.
Yeah,
Milwaukee, they do great stuff. They got strong batteries.
And that's just a drill battery?
Yeah, that's the same battery I use on my screw gun, on my circular saw. It's just a little compressor. If you can push 20 PSI into it, you're good to go. We've raised it up with a tire inflator, a little Ryobi tire inflator, just because we want to make sure that you can have a backup.
Right.
That if you have a compressor go down, that you can go to Transpo, go to any truck, say, hey, who has a tire compressor? A little tire inflator, and once you send it up 7 times in a row, that tire compressor or inflator will burn out. If you do it right, we did it for sure. We killed a bunch of them just to make sure, because you
gotta test it.
Well, we have a responsibility to make sure when the bad stuff happens that you can still keep going. When you have a piece of equipment like this on a set at 4 in the morning and something bad happens to your compressor, you better have a way to continue to get your unit up to height. And reliability is the name of the game.
Yeah. Well, as always, you guys are killing it.
Thank you so much, man.
That's sick.